Veterans Benefit Group of Goodman Island Donnelly, and today I'm going to be speaking with you about how to obtain benefits for conditions which developed as a result of exposure to contaminated water at Camp LeJeune. I hope you're watching live today, and if you are, I'd love for you to leave comments and ask questions as we go, but if you're watching this after the fact, feel free to leave a comment and we will get back to you as soon as we can. So some of you may have heard that a new regulation came into place on March 14th, which allows for veterans who served at Camp LeJeune to obtain service-connected disability benefits for conditions which developed because of the exposure to contaminated water. And they're able to get those benefits on a presumptive basis under the new rule. Generally speaking, in order to get service-connected benefits, a veteran needs a medical opinion, which states that the condition they have today developed because of something that happened in service. However, under this new regulation, a veteran can get service connection if they have the required amount of service at Camp LeJeune and if they develop one of the conditions that the VA has recognized is associated with exposure to that contaminated water. This is very favorable to the veteran because it means that they no longer have the requirement to get a medical opinion in order to win their claim. This new rule change creates presumptive service connection on a presumptive basis if the veteran served for at least 30 days at Camp LeJeune from August 1 of 1953 to December 31 of 1987, and if they develop one of the following conditions: kidney cancer, liver cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, adult leukemia, multiple myeloma, Parkinson's disease, aplastic anemia or other myelodysplastic syndromes, or bladder cancer. So if you're a veteran who served at Camp LeJeune for 30 days and you develop one of those conditions, you may have a claim for benefits. But it's okay if you served at Camp LeJeune but not for 30 days and you still develop one of those listed conditions. You may be able to obtain benefits but not under the new regulation. In order to obtain benefits, you would need to have a currently diagnosed condition, evidence of your service at Camp LeJeune, and you will need the medical opinion from the doctor, which states that your currently diagnosed condition developed as a result of your exposure to the contaminated water at Camp LeJeune. So now I'm going to field a few questions from our Facebook viewers so that we can just go through how this new regulation actually works. Question number 1. I was stationed at Camp LeJeune for 66 days and I was just diagnosed with bladder cancer. What should I do? Well, you want to file a claim for service connection for bladder cancer as soon as possible. You can do so by submitting VA Form 21526EZ. And on that form, you'll want to provide the approximate dates of service at Camp LeJeune and attach copies of your medical records which show you were diagnosed with bladder cancer. If you have service records which show that you were stationed at Camp LeJeune, it may be helpful to submit them to the VA so that they don't have to do their own request for records. But if you don't have your service records, it's not a problem. Again, just give the VA the approximate dates of service and ask them to go look for the records on your behalf. Question 2. I was stationed at Camp LeJeune for 2 weeks for training and I have Parkinson's disease. Can I receive benefits? The short answer is yes. However, you will not qualify to receive service connection on a presumptive basis. Again, it means you're going to have to do some work to develop your claim. Specifically, you're going to need to gather the following: medical records which show you're diagnosed with Parkinson's, records which show you were stationed at Camp LeJeune and or exposed to contaminated water, and a medical opinion from a doctor who concludes that you developed Parkinson's disease as a result of your in-service exposure to the contaminated water at Camp LeJeune. If you had a lot of exposure to the contaminated water at Camp LeJeune, say if you had to shower 3 times a day, or maybe your job responsibilities required you to work with water, it wouldn't hurt to submit a statement to the VA detailing how often and frequently you came in contact with the contaminated water while you were stationed there. Additionally, when you get a medical opinion from your doctor, you're going to want to make sure that your doctor addresses how the exposure you did have, although not 30 days, was still sufficient and to create a high enough risk that you would develop Parkinson's. This piece of evidence is really important as it'll help demonstrate to the VA that you didn't need to be there for 30 days in order to develop the condition. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions about the rule changes or whether you qualify for benefits, please leave a comment or give us a call at 877-VET-1010. That's 877-838-1010. Thank you so much.